Hello everyone, in this video we will see another problem of a sliding window, and that is maximum consecutive ones, right? And this is 1004 number problem in LeetCode. We are going to read the problem statement. You are given a binary array nums containing only zeros and ones and an integer k, right? You are allowed to flip at most k zeros to ones, okay? That means if you have like k equals 3 or k equals 2, whatever, you can skip or you can flip, you can say. So we will see how this give a meaning, right? Your task is to find the maximum number of consecutive ones you can obtain in the array after flipping at most k zeros, right? Now you see the input 1 1 1 0 0 0. So k is 2, right? So when k is 2, you can flip at most two zeros. So if you try from here 1 1 1, so these are the ones, right? So if you flip two zeros, then you can skip two zeros, or you can take two zeros for granted, right? So that means five elements you can take, right? So length would be 5, right? Okay. And if you start from here, okay, 0 0, so two zeros you can skip, yeah, and then 1 1 1 1, four ones. So two zeros you can skip and four ones you can four ones you have, right? So 2 and 4 6. So this is the max length, okay, of this one, right? Subarray containing ones, right? Because four ones and you can skip two. But if you take from this side three ones and you can take two zeros, 5. So these is the longest subarray. Yeah, maximum length of subarray you can take. So we need to find how the program work, and time and space complexity of these we will discuss about. Okay, let's go to the program. Okay, so this is the program, right? So you see, this is our program, and we have the main function too, right? Main, we usually don't provide main function in LeetCode, but here we take because of the we want to test, right? So this is the nums array and num size. We are determining the size here. Okay, the whole array size divided by first element size, right? This is how it determines how many elements are there, right? And then k equals 2, we know that. So result, we only return the maximum length of the subarray, right? Only just a number like this one. You have 6. The maximum number of consecutive ones is 6. So we are just returning only one number. We don't have to provide any pointer here, right? And printf the maximum number of consecutive one is okay. And finally the result will be printed. But in the result variable, we are uh, we are assigning the values of value longest ones, right? Longest, we need to go to the longest one function. So let's come in this here. Okay, so this is our longest ones function, right? So if you see, we have some divisions in here. We have a for loop inside, and inside the for loop we have another while loop, right? Okay, so we will see how this program works, and we are just doing in the simulating way, guys. Okay, we are not like we are not doing like uh, some other systems. Okay, uh, so we have a start equals 0, end equals 0, sliding window pointers, max length 0. This will this will in this max length variable, we will assign the maximum length, right? Maximum length of consecutive ones, zero count, number of zeros in the current window, right? So okay, traverse the array. So in the for loop, in the for loops, we will see outer for loop. Outer for loop. So here will be first iteration, right? first iteration. So we need to copy the numbers, right? This is a long number, but we will try to simulate till the end, or we will try to find the at least guess the answer, right? So n0 num size is, let's see how many numbers are there. 0 1 2 sorry, 3 4 6 9 11, right? 11. Okay, so if we encounter a 0, increase the 0 count. So in the first three iteration we will not see any 0, right? So that means this if statement will be true if after we when we see a 0, right? So nums end is equal 0, end is 0, so value is 1, right? End is 0, and nums end in the 0th position we have 1, so we will provide 1 here. 1 not equal to 0, so this will be false. I'm just showing you, nothing else. If the number 0 exits k, shrink the window from. Okay, so 0 when the 0 count would be more than 2, right? Then we will we will see the while loop would be true. But here we didn't even encounter 0, right? So this while loop would be false again. Okay, and then we have the max length, right? So max length is end is 0, start is also 0, and plus 1, so finally we will get 1. So this is a ternary operator. If this is bigger than max length, then this would be true, otherwise max length would be true, right? So this is bigger here because max length is 0 and we have 1 here, right? So finally we will store 1 in max length, right? Finally we are storing 1 in max length. Okay, you can write it here too. I'm just I'm just trying to show you how this work. Okay, and outer for loop. Okay, so now outer for loop second iteration would be here. We know that in the first three iteration we don't have to think about this, right? So nums end is also 0 and here also 1, right? So this would be false. 0 count is not greater than k, we didn't encounter any 0, and max length would be end is 1, start 0 plus 1, so this would be 2 here. Okay, and max length was 1, so finally 1 is 2 is greater than 1, so here we will store 2, right? So we will go to the third iteration now. Outer for loop's third iteration, so end would be 2, right? End would be 2. So here in the second position 2 also we have 1, so this should be false, right? And if we now, okay, so we didn't encounter any 0, so finally we will end would be 2 plus 1 3, here would be 3, right? Okay, so now in the fourth iteration we will encounter a 0, right? Fourth iteration we will encounter 0, so end is 3, we have 0 now, right? So this num, and when end is 3, so we have 0. So here this will not be false, right? So now we will increase the 0 count. 0 count would be, 0 count was 0, so 0 count would be 1, right? So you see 0 count was 0 in the beginning, right? 0 count would be 1 anyway, and then this would be false because we didn't exceed k, right? K is 2, so 0 we didn't. When we go to when you find 0 count is 3, then we will then this while loop would be true, right? So max end would be 3 minus start plus 1, right? That means 4. So max length is 4 now. So let's go to the fifth iteration. Okay, fifth iteration, end would be, this would be 4 and 4, let's see, 0 1 2 3 4. So here we have another 0, right? So now this is also 0 counted by 2. Okay, so 2 is not greater than 2, that means we didn't exceed yet. Okay, um, here and is 4, right? And this 4 plus 1, that means this should length is 5 now, right? Okay, so now we will have sixth iteration. So here it would be 5, 0 1 2 3 4 5, right? Here we are here. So now we will we will get another 0. 0 count would be 3 now, right? So now this 0 count is 3, k is 2, right? So now this should be true, right? So just provide them the numbers, k is 2, and what we are doing here, we will provide inner while loop and first iteration, right? And we will take the numbers, we may need them to visualize properly. Okay, here 0 count is 3. Okay, so in num start equals, if num start equals 0, if this one only was 0, right? Start is 0, so we're trying to find, consecutive zeros to in the right side, and we are also checking if in the left side there is 0 or 1. Okay, so if num start, that means start is 0, so 0th position we have 1. If num start equals 0, so this is not 0, right? If it was 0, we could decrease this 0 count, right? Okay, so this would be false, right? So this if statement is false, then start would be 1. Start, we will increase the start, right? We started. Okay, so end is 5, start is 1 plus 1. So 5 minus 1 4, 4 plus 1 1, that means 5. Okay, so max length was 5, and this is giving us 5. Finally max length would be true. 5 is going to come here, right? So this condition, this here we have 5 and here we have 5 too, but this is not bigger than this. This is why this will be implemented. Okay, they are same, not bigger, so this will not be implemented. 5 is coming from this. Okay, we need to understand this. Okay, so now we are going to the outer for loops, sixth iteration. Sixth iteration, right? Anyway, here and this, um, come on, fifth, fifth, 2 3 4 5. Okay, this was sixth, we need, previous one was sixth, right? So now we'll go for the seventh iteration. Seventh iteration, wait a second, seventh iteration. And it is going to be the 6, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 is coming here, right? So in 6 we have 1, so we can't go inside, 0 count will not increase or anything, right? So 0 count also, 0 count is 3, right? Still 3. So here we will, this will be true again. Num start is 1, right? Okay, start is increased 2, right? Start was 1, so in start 1 we have 1, so this is going to be false again, right? So now start will increase by 1 2, right? So end is 6 minus start is 2 plus 1, 6 minus 2, that means 4, 4 plus 1 5, finally this will be 5, right? And now we have the 8th iteration, right? And is 0, here will be 7, right? Now says 11, so here 7 plus okay, uh, 2 3 4 5 6 7, so 1 again, and 0 count will not increase. Okay, this is not 0. Okay, inner while loop first iteration greater than yes, still greater than 3, right? 0 count. So start, start was 2 0 1 2, so here is the here is our position for start. So here is also 1, so this loop will not be, this if statement is false, so start would be 3 now. So max length ends, 7 minus 3, that means 4, plus 1, that means 5, so no change. And now we will go for the 9th iteration. Ninth iteration, right? And would be 8. So 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, right? So in 8 we have 1 as well, no change of 0 count, will not be increased. And start was 3, right? So when start was 3, 0 1 2 3, that means we encountered 0 now. So that means here 0 and this side. Okay, so now this is true, right? So now 0 count will decrease, will be 2, start would be 4, right? So end is 8, start is 4, 8 minus 4 5, 8 minus 4 is 4 plus 1 5, right? No change. Okay, now we will go for the 10th iteration. Here this should be 9, right? So 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? So 1 is here, right? 1, no change. The 0 count was 2, right? But no change, we can't enter, but we're just deleting this, but we're providing 2 here, at least not to be confused, right? In the previous iteration we decreased the 0 count. So in this while loop, inner while loop, we can't go inside, right? Because 0 count is 2, we can't go inside. This is false. Max length would be 9. Okay, we are in the 10th iteration. So 9, start is okay, so let's see. Okay, so as we couldn't go inside the while loop, we couldn't increase the 4 as well, right? 9 minus 4, that means 5 plus 1 6, right? So max length was 5, here it is 6, so we're giving here 6, right? Now we will go for the 11th iteration. 11th iteration, here we will 10, and would be 10, right? So anyway, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, so finally we are having 0 here. Okay, the 0 count will increase, And first, okay, so in our while loop, first iteration 0 count is 3. So start was 4, right? 0 1 2 3 4, that means 0 count would be 2, right? uh, and then start would be 5. Okay, okay, so 0 count decreased, start would be 5, and this 10, start is 5. 10 minus 5 is 5 plus 1 6, right? So finally we finished all the iterations, and finally max length is returning 6. Okay, so finally we will print the 6. So this is the whole thing. Okay, so we will try to find the time and space complexity of this. Let's analyze it step by step in a clear and simple way. Time complexity key observation. Okay, uh, the end pointer moves from 0 to num size minus 1. If we see, this end pointer is 0 to num size minus 1. Num size is 11, so 0 to 10, that means it takes 11 iterations, right? So on, each element is visited once. The start pointer also moves forward only, never backward. Okay, so even though there is a while loop inside the for loop, start can move at most num size times. Okay, this can move this. If you see the num size, start, if start even moves, then it can go to the num size, not more than that, and it can only go forward, not backward, right? So so end moves in n times, start moves n times. Okay, overall time complexity O(n), where n num size. Okay, this is a linear time sliding window solution, which is optimal for this problem. Space complexity, extra memory used. You only use a few variables, start and max length, 0 count, no extra arrays, no hash table, no dynamic memory. Input array is not counted. The input array nums is given, so it doesn't count toward extra space. Overall space complexity O(1), right? So final answer, total complexity O(n), space complexity O(1). Okay, so I hope you got idea, and this is how we need to practice, right? So we will go for the next problem. Thank you for watching.